aka Patters. Welcome to episode 450. It's our landmark episode. Look, with this podcast, I don't celebrate the landmark episodes because the goal is to get within the thousands. That's the type of love and content you got put into the universe to get something back. I'm not even there. So we just keep going. And welcome to Will Smithathon. We're talking After Earth. We're talking M. Night Shyamalan. We're talking about a movie that the film community, the film world, the critics, even now, people just love to bash. People really love ripping into this movie. If you're not familiar with the plot, let me just bring you through the movie. This, imagine Earth, imagine another Earth, and then you crash land on Earth because you're in space, you're in the future, and everything is the most deadly thing ever. Now, you might say, Pete, I've seen this. I've seen this type of environment before. I've seen a jungle environment where everything can kill you instantly. It's called Avatar. And I would say, yes. And then I would say, look, Earth was decimated by creatures that lived off of fear. They hunted fear, and they just destroyed humanity and drove humanity off Earth. And you might be like, whoa, Pete. That sounds a lot like The Quiet Things. That sounds a lot like Bird Box. Sensory hunting creatures. So yeah. This movie was years above that, before that. And then I might even describe to you what the future looks like in this world. And you might be like, Pete, that sounds like Life. That sounds like Passengers. That sounds like Oblivion with Tom Cruise. It sounds a lot like Wall-E. You just described an Apple Store universe, future universe. And I'll be like, yeah. So these, everything I just listed there is the bonuses, the good stuff about After Earth. This is one of the best fully realized futures I've seen in a movie in a while. And here's the funny thing. I must have been caught up in the After Earth bashing hype when I first tried to watch this movie. And the one thing that kind of lingered, that stuck with me, I recall when I was first watching this, is Jaden Smith's accent. For some reason, people hated it. That was the thing you had to comment on. Not the plot, not the cinematography, not the do we do it again? Who is it? James Newton Howard, who is a constant collaborator at this point with Will Smith. I believe he also did Concussion coming up. James Newton Howard, masterful scorer. Consistently, he's amazing. He really is. But everyone was on Jaden Smith's accent, and here's the funny thing. I think when you're and I'm going through some of this because I've been watching Halo. When you have a future, and you're imagining a future, you're imagining the language, the culture, the look, all the technology, what they're eating, Star Wars blue milk, all of these things make future dreaming fun and great to look at. These are reasons why Westworld came back. These are reasons why, when Disney opens Galaxy's Edge down in Florida, the food becomes a focus point, because at that point, Star Wars future food became a part of Star Wars geek culture. But there's these things we love to imagine, and if you're M. Night, look, story by Will Smith. This is a complete Will Smith family production. Also a pushback. Will Smith did the story. M. Night, Gary Whitta did the screenplay. But within this imagined world, they took a leap, because more than one character has this accent. Will Smith also has hints of this accent. But they just decided to go into a direction to show you that you are in a different place. It's when it comes to a storytelling, when it comes to creating the feel, just the feel of the movie, this flick After Earth swings for the fences and it does a smart move. It's completely intelligent that they worked in this accent to make sure you, as an audience member, was fully engaged and wrapped into this world as much as possible. And usually, the accents are used for side characters, for comedic characters. Like the reasons are way more favorable when it's not dramatic. Here, it's dramatic. Jaden Smith, why do we not recon the way that we look at Jaden Smith's performance in this movie? He does so much through his face. He does. I mean, similar. I mean, we kind of have to go back to even like 7 pounds. The way how Will Smith sculpted that role or sculpted that performance through his face. Jaden Smith does something very similar. Jaden Smith, and we know the hook of the movie. Creatures hunt fear. You crash land, and this is also based on like a true story. I believe that Will Smith read about or saw or whatever. You crash land on an alien planet. It's only you and your father. You have to make your butt back. You have to make your way back to the tail section to activate the beacon. It's simple. Fear is hunting you. You have to overcome fear. You have to find courage. You have to do this. There's no turning back. And there is a moment in this movie where Will Smith is trying to get his son, Jaden, to turn back. And he doesn't do it. The kid goes and the kid continues. And the kid eventually encounters one of these fear creatures and has to kill it. The whole movie's building towards that. The movie doesn't have any tragedy worked in other than the crashing of the ship. So here we go. This might be like the third straight, hey, it's supposed to be a bad Will Smith movie recommendation. When it comes to future thought, future ideas, future display, future vision, this movie's there. It really is. When it comes to a one-off adventure, it's there. I mean, technically, the world that they put on screen for After Earth can continue. Like After Earth technically could have got After Earth 2, a TV series. A TV series probably would have been like perfect. Sci-fi lends itself so well to TV. So let's review. After Earth, recommend. Men in Black 3, recommend. 7 pounds, recommend. What are we doing? So we have Concussion and Focus next. Now, Focus, 2015, Will Smith puts together 2 amazing performances, Focus and Concussion. Focus, remember, is a part of this like arm that he developed with Hitch, because Hitch is so good. Hitch kind of flows into 7 pounds, and 7 pound flows into Focus. Well, Focus was not originally on my docket, but it is now. So our next two episodes, 451 and 452, is going to be Focus and Concussion. After Concussion, it's Gemini Man, the Gemini by Ang Lee. People like already put that down the memory hole, didn't they? And then we're going to do Ali, which is potentially, you can argue that Ali's like the first real Oscar run for Will Smith. And then we're going to do his very first movie. And we're wrapping that up. And at that point, we're doing The Dark Knight, we're doing Batman, or we're doing Ghostbusters. But people, that's your update. After Earth is not a terrible movie. It's not unwatchable. Do I have to say it? Because I feel like I've been saying it for 10 minutes now. It's not terrible. I was wrong. I said it. I was wrong about this movie. The special effects, the creature design. You have to remember the creature design and even the design of the ship. It's indicative of the era. A lot of the creatures, we can go back to the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. It's the Neville Page gummy creature. It's like a gum creature. That's cool. Whatever. Design goes through these types of phases. So seeing it, I mean, I guess almost like a reason why for when it comes to Zack Snyder's Justice League, where Steppenwolf's look was just like jaw dropping to me because it was such a divergent. It was so original. It was so there compared to like what other like the if you want to call it Hollywood design, Hollywood concept was doing. But no, people, this movie somewhat even visionary on the hook of the creatures, the look of the future. Like it's been mimicked and imitated a lot. So for a movie that people bashed, there was a lot that stemmed from After Earth, and it only stemmed from After Earth because After Earth is there now. Box office budget. This movie costs 130 million. Box office 250 million. That's considered a failure. It really is. But I would have liked to have seen way more from Jaden Smith. I really would have. I think he's fantastic in this movie. So, Peter A. DeLuca here. Happy Saturday, signing out. Coming up next is going to be Focus and then Concussion, the 2015 Will Smith movies.